Welcome back to Inverted Aviators RC. Today we've got something super exciting and we just got it in the mail. This is the CADDXFPV GM3 V2. Now we're super excited to work on this new project because it's going to be directly competing with our current fully removable head tracking V4 system. However, right now there's one big thing between the two of them. This system right now will not work if I put it on my car because all of these wires are out and I can't plug it into anything. On the other hand, our fully movable head tracking system has mounts already made and it plugs right in. So this video is not going to be an in-depth dive into this head tracking system right here, but we are going to do that, don't worry. What this video is going to be about is redesigning this mount which comes out of the box into something that plugs directly into planes, cars, anything you can think of. We want to make a mount that plugs directly in. So I'm going to walk through the entire process, take you guys with me, and it should hopefully be a whole lot of fun. So let's get started. So like I was saying, this system is really cool, especially with the 160 degrees of yaw, 120 degrees of pitch, and 60 degrees of roll. It can actually handle more degrees of freedom than our current fully removable head tracking system, which is why we want to start using it. But we would have to directly wire all of these different things into every vehicle that we use. And if you know us, we don't like doing that. So our first step is going to be changing this white part at the bottom. It keeps our VTX off the ground. It has our antennas at a nice angle. And it also has a nice stabilization feature for our head tracking gimbal here. However, there is a bit of space here we could probably save. Same with these antennas in the back. We could scoot everything a little bit closer together. So what I want to do is mount an XT30 right in this gap here. So when it's time to go use it, we just pop this thing in and then we're off and running. Enough yap, let's get into the design process. Now my editor of choice is going to be Onshape only because it's really easy for me and I've been using it for a long time. My process is going to be starting with making all the measurements I need so I don't have to start from scratch. I can start with this already made design and then I can move things as we go. First step of the design process is done. I can walk through kind of the idea I had here. So we've got our standoffs here. These are the direct dimensions that we know what we're going to need, as well as this back section here is the VTX standoff pegs. I also have the bounding boxes around here, which are going to be the actual size of these parts. So I know that I can't put a whole lot of tall things back here. And same thing up here. I've got this bounding box, which is this whole gimbal mount. And then comes the little more fun part here. If I put the female side on this mount, that means on the bottom side, I'm gonna have a male side sticking straight up, and then when it's time to go use it, I can just pop this straight down and maybe put a car body pin in the back here. That's how we're gonna secure this thing down. So this might look familiar, but these are the designs for the fully removable head tracking system V4. And up here, we've got the XT30 dimension way up there. So I'm gonna go into the drawings, find where this actually is, and over here, I have gotten all these dimensions already made, which is really handy. So I'm going to copy and paste these into our current sketch, and that should hopefully save us some time figuring out how to get this to be the right fit. So if I can just select that, copy, go into our other drawing, normalize this, paste. Oh yeah, now we want that to be sideways. So I'm going to 90 this. Then if I can just squeeze this between here, and I really want this to be centered, but there is the wire that's in the way. So this is our actual thing here, but there is the wire coming out of the middle right here, and so I'm gonna have to offset it to the right, and then I can put a body pin on the other side, so it'll all be fine in the end. But that's at least what we're gonna be trying to do. Alright, after a few more tweaks, I've got a really nice version 1 going here. I've got all the standoffs, a little bit of fillets around the side just to make things look nice. And next up is going from here to the printer to see how it matches up with all of our actual hardware. All right, so V1 is here and I really like how it looks. I did have to print with supports on the bottom because I want these screws. This is how our current setup is. See, these screws poke out past the bottom. I want it so that they are flush inside this build so that it sits nice and flat. So I did make these all recessed and I really like how it looks. So next is going to be transferring this over to our own new model. I also can look at the female XT30, pop that in there, and look at that, sitting nice. Got the exposed ends here, so we're going to be doing the wiring there, but sitting nice and flush. We can also add in a little bit of glue to make sure it sits nice and flat at the end here, but that is what we're going to be doing. So this just backed all the way out, and I'm guessing that these standoffs on the stock version are a little taller. So from the bottom to the top here, we've got about 5 millimeters. From the bottom to the top here, we've got about 4.2. So I'm guessing that there's about 0.8 of a millimeter that's too tall, which means if we screw these in, we need to have at least, look at that. We need more standoff. But that's not going to stop me from at least testing how things are going otherwise. So I'm going to still screw these on and see how close we are to a good V1. All right, so first impressions on this version 1. I don't have the back antenna mount in. That was going to be a separate part to print. But I think I can trim off a little bit of space on the sides here, probably round these off a little bit more. This part does hang off the front, but I figured it's fine if it just, as long as it's got that much space to sit down. I really like how tight we are around this XT30 here. Not a lot of wasted space. I could bump it back another millimeter. Actually, if this is going to vibrate and move a bit, maybe it's fine to just stay, you know, a millimeter away. And also, the wires that are coming from this XT30 are going to go right here, right around to this backside, and right here. So I put this part here on purpose because the wiring should be minimal, but I really like how this is going. And we also need to print the bottom side, which should eventually have, see how all these screws are recessed in very flat? That's because it should sit flat up against the mounting bottom part, but there will be a peg hole for the car mount body pin that I'll just stick a little pin in there like that, and then an XT30 male side which will sit down there, and when it's time to go fly, bam, plug it in, we're ready to go, unplug, we can switch out. And that's also why you add glue, so we don't have that little pop out. But for a V1, I really like how it's looking. I'm a big fan of how it performs minus that, minus these on the bottom, but yeah, things are looking good. And that brings us to our hydration break, where our whole goal is to make sure that our viewers stay well hydrated while watching our videos, and there's for sure no other hidden meaning behind this hydration break. And this hydration break is brought to you by Caddx. We want to extend a huge thank you to Caddx for joining with us and making this whole project possible. We've been really excited to get our hands on the Walksnail system for quite a long time, and being able to use their gear in a project like this just brings everything to a whole new dimension. It makes things really fun, really exciting, and it's always nice to have new projects on the channel. This fully removable system should add a lot of opportunities to throw this on new planes, cars, vehicles, you name it, we'll try it. So if you guys are super excited to see more Caddx and Walksnail content on the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video around so we can get the most engagement and get more projects on the line. So we hope you're nice and hydrated, so let's get back to the video. All right, it's the next morning. I've been doing a little mining off camera, and I redesigned this bottom base plate part. And all I did was extend these feet here, as well as kind of trim down this whole side. So let's see how it looks on our build. Now all these screws in the bottom are nice and flush, and these standoffs are a bit longer so we don't have exposed screws, and everything is nice and tight tucked away here. We can also put in our XT30 female into this side. I also shrunk the depth of this a little bit, so now it should sit nice and flat without any wiggle room, which it does. So that is our plug side. We still haven't gotten this fired up yet, but that's okay. And I also designed the bottom mount plate because it was pretty much taking this shape, extruding it just long enough so it can fit the male side in here, and then putting a peg hole in so we can latch everything together. So this should fit in here, and if it sits, oh, it does sit a little lower than I want. See, it's just a little below the surface, which means that this connection wouldn't be as good. And I can also shrink the overall size of this whole plate, the thickness, because it doesn't need to be as big. So that is our version. If we go stock, version 1, version 2, and also version 1 of the base plate. So that's how far in we are. And I like how progress is coming. And after a bit more tinkering, we went from version 1 to version 2. And the only main difference is this version 2 is a couple millimeters shorter, and that's because we want this male XT30 connector to fit flush inside this hole right here, and it does now. So when we plug this into our top, it will work out smooth. So this will go in your plane or your car or your vehicle, and the wires will connect to the bottom to go to your main board, and time to go fly. We go click it in, and that's it. We're ready to go. And if also you want a little more security, rotate to the other side. We've got a RC car style body mount, and then we secure this whole thing with a pin. Now we're all secure, we're all ready. This thing will get power from this XT30, and then we can go use it. Next up, we've got actually doing the wiring. I'm going to be using this for the power wire for our VTX. It came with the Moonlight Kit, but it's going to plug in right to the side here, and we're only going to have to use the black and red wires that are coming out of this connector because we're not using a flight controller with this head tracker setup. These black and red are going to have to go right across to here, and then we have this other wire that came with the head tracking system. It's the 8-pin, but it's only using these 4 plus the 2 that go into the back side of the VTX. So that plugs in here. And then we got the wire going around the back. It's got the little white dot. That's the one we're plugging into. So after all those wires in, you can see the predicament that we're going to be in here. We've got these wires that are really short and they go right here. And then these black and red wires are also going to connect to these same pins here. And also, since I only need power and ground from this side pin, I'm going to cut off these white and grays. I'm not going to cut it all the way at the root, but I'm just going to cut it near the end. So in case I want to go back and change things down the road, I can, but realistically, I probably won't. All we need is about this much wire. So I'm going to cut these here. And now we know that these wires solder onto there. And I'm going to do the same thing with our black and red wires here. So I'm going to give myself a little extra wiggle room just so I don't cut myself too short. But now those black and red go here, those black and red go there, and a little soldering is in our future. And that should be our soldering all done. And one quick quality of life thing I'm going to do here before I move on is twist these wires together just so as we are plugging things in, they stay nice and tucked together. That should be our whole wiring done. And if you want to add a little drop of conformal coating over each of these little ends, I'd recommend it just to make sure that everything stays nice and watertight, but that's totally up to you. And one other little quality of life thing that I just thought of is if you take a really small screwdriver like this, and you've got all this extra wire that I don't really want to trim, but I also don't want it that long, I'm just going to wind this around the screwdriver so that it binds itself into this nice coil, which will not only make it springier, but it also keep it out of the way. I'm not doing it super tight, but I am just coiling it and coiling it. And then once we get to the end, I'm just going to squish it all together. and hold it just for a few extra seconds. And our goal is, again, to just shrink all of this extra wire down into a nice coil. This wire at least stay out of the way a little bit more. So we just have a little VTX reassembly, and then we can work on our bottom part, which should already be pretty much done with, but it just needs our male wire to go to our battery. One last little step I haven't done yet is adding this little antenna mount piece. So these antennas slide into the channel and then push down into the holder, and then they screw in through the bottom. So let's do an initial test. Let's pretend that these boxes are my remote control plane, and this is our mounting system that we're going to put our head tracking gimbal right onto. So the setup is pretty easy. You just plug it in and it's set up. That's it. You can put in the pin on the other side, but apart from that, this is a complete setup. And normally you can plug this right in, but because this is just my test build, I'm going to use this smoke stopper just in case things get a little smoky, but I don't think it will. So let's have the 2 amp, and I'm going to plug in right here and turn on. Now we got that moving around, doing all that fun stuff. And I also have the brand new Goggles X from Caddx, and we're super excited to test these out. And I'm going to plug this in and let that do its thing. And just like that, we should have some nice movement out of our camera system. So this is what we're going to be adding into all of our different vehicles, cars, planes, you name it. But this is the basis of the system. And the beauty of it is that when it's time to move from the plane to a car, all you have to do is take the pin out, pop the whole system out, and you're ready to go. We are super excited to partner with Caddx for this project. We can't wait to test out the Goggles X, the Goggles L, the Moonlight Kit, all of our fun toys, and we're really excited to take you guys on this journey with us. So if you like how this project is going, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you love how things are going, feel free to become a member. It really helps our channel. If you want to know where all these 3D printed parts are, they will be on our Thingiverse page. They will be completely free, but if you want to consider donating to, again, help the channel out, we do have a Buy Me a Coffee page there. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. This has been Inverted Aviators RC, and make sure to stick around for more super cool CADDXFPV head tracking gimbal, Goggle X, and all sorts of things just like this. So thank you so much for watching.